How about those Houston Rockets people? Rockets in six. Rockets took care of the Bulls. You know, this is what would have happened had the Rockets played those Michael Jordan Bulls in the finals. Rockets would have straight up done them just exactly like this. I mean, I'm playing. I mean, they probably wouldn't have scored 140 points on them, but I still stand by the Rockets, led by the King, the Dream, Elijah One. They would have took down those Michael Jordan Bulls. Okay, they wouldn't have swept them. Wouldn't have been a gentleman's sweep, but it would have been Rockets in six. That's all I'm saying. All right, but let's talk about these Houston Rockets right here, the current iteration of the Rockets. So after they win the win on Friday against the Los Angeles Clippers again. I mean, I didn't feel the need to do another episode on that because the previous episode before that one was Rockets in six. They clipped the Clippers. Well, they clipped the Clippers again. James Harden didn't break the Ray Allen's record just yet on that day. So, but anyways, the Rockets took care of business against the Clippers on Friday. Took care of business against the Chicago Bulls on Sunday today. 143 points in Chicago, man. I mean, Chicago, that's not a scrub team. They're not scrubs. I mean, they're a professional team. But Rockets took care of business. Once again, this had the potential to be a game where the Rockets probably could have lost had they went in with the mentality, oh, let's overlook them. These are the Bulls. They're not on our level. Okay. But like I say, the mentality of this squad, do not enter a game thinking that you're just better than the other team and the other team is going to lay down. We don't have the luxury to overlook anyone. You understand? Even if you're a championship team, you're getting everybody's best, so you still don't have the luxury to overlook people. So, but 143 to 107, I love it. I love it, man. Move the Rockets to 10-4. 10-4, people. Number three, the third in the West. I know you're saying, well, T, man, it's a long season. I know. It's a long season. So I'm gonna tell you something. Just like life, there are different seasons in life. And when you get your blessings, you count your blessings. You appreciate your blessings. You bask in the ambiance of your blessings. And guess what? When we get obstacles and hurdles our way, you know what? Hey, you may laugh, you may cry, you may get sad or upset, ticked off or whatever. You feel disappointment. You just feel drained. So we feel it when we have our losses, but we got to feel it when we have our wins too. Got to have that balance. You got to have that balance because you can't say God hadn't given you anything. So I take that. We got to take that approach with our Rockets. All right. Hey, 10-4, 10-4. Now, if our team was 4-10, we would be like, man, I would love for our team to be 10-4. Oh man, couldn't tell us nothing. So I'm not about to be whining and complaining why this team is 10-4. Okay, like this team, they are going places. They are going places, people, going places, and the destination has to be championship. Speaking of championship, well, before we get into that, let's take a look. Let's see how the Rockets stat line look. You had Dylan Brooks, 15 points, 2 boards, three assists. Jabari Smith Jr. He had 28 the other night, but he had 10 points, 8 rebounds. Alperen Şengün, another triple double. This dude here, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. Fred VanVleet, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Man, shout out to Fred VanVleet, who's playing like a monster out there, man. 28 minutes, 28 points, man. What more can you ask for? And a victory, what more can you ask for? Of course, you're going to get a victory when you play 28 minutes and score 28 points. All right. Jalen Green, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Amen Thompson, 16 points, 11 boards, 5 assists. Reed Shepherd, double digits. Shout out to Reed. Yeah, I said Reed Shepherd. I thought I said Reed Richards. All right. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Tari Eason, 4 points, 6 rebounds. Landale's 5 points, 8 boards, 2 assists. All right, Jeff Green citing 2 points, 2 boards. Aaron Holiday, 3 points, 1 rebound. Jay Sean Tate, 4 points, 3 rebounds. McVay, 2 points. And Williams, 4 points. So everybody for the Rockets who played, man, they scored. They scored. Everybody got some action tonight, man. So you gotta love it. You got to love it, man. Love it, man. But So speaking of trying the attempt to get to the championship, the Rockets, they are in trade rumors for Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right, now that's not news to me because if you check out one of my previous videos I did about 3 months ago, I was talking about, well, more like 4 or 5 months ago. I was talking about the possible potential to land Giannis. I mean, I think he's 29. He'll be 30 in December, but it's like right now is the time to jump on that. I thought a deal might have would have been done before the season started, because that's what happened when they got the big Barkley trade or the James Harden trade. With Barkley, you traded Sam Cassell, Robert Ory, Chucky Brown, and Mark Bryant. 3 out of 4 of those players, excluding Mark Bryant, helped lead the Rockets to two championships. Well, Ori and Cassell did. There was big key components to that, and they were very young pieces for the Rockets, and we all wanted to see them shine bright in the future. We had big time expectations of them, and they both went on to continue to shine on other teams and win championships. But we wanted them to be Rockets. We loved them. I mean, if you go back to 1996, man, we we love some Robert Ory and Sam Cassell and Chucky Brown. Love Mark Bryant too. We didn't win the championship with Mark Bryant, but we got we got to the playoffs with Mark Bryant on this team. But it traded him for Charles Barkley, and year one with Barkley was amazing. Second in rebounding, he averaged like 18 and 16. But they was trying to get to a championship, and they needed Barkley to get over the hurdle to beat the Sonics, and they did beat the Sonics. They just lost to the Jazz in 6. That don't even sound right, Jazz in 6, does it? Then you fast forward years later, you have Steve Francis and Cuttino Mobley, who helped lead the Rockets in between those years when Elijah won and Barkley retired and stuff, and helped continue to make the Rockets relevant, competitive, and relevant. Finally got to the playoffs, lost to the Lakers in 5, and you thought that, well, this dynamic of Stevie Franchise, Cuttino Mobley, and Yao Ming, you thought this is something that can shine bright and get to a championship, and I thought they could. Then next, they traded that backcourt for T-Mac. At the time, yeah, T-Mac, you can say who's the best shooting guard in the league. It's either T-Mac, Allen Iverson, or Kobe Bryant, and we got Tracy McGrady. And it looked like it was gonna be something, but kept getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? But they were, as long when T Mac and Yao was healthy, the team was contenders. They were contenders no matter who else was on the team. Especially the year when they had Ron Artest, they were certified contenders. Health is what stopped them. Injuries. So you had this Rockets team right now. They don't look like contenders to everybody else, but we do know Ime Udoka, he's trying to win a championship. That's his goal. He said it. He's not here for no rebuild. This man is trying to win a championship, people. Now, can we win a championship without pursuing Giannis and keep this squad they have now? I think it's possible. It's possible. It's not the most logical. It's not the highest percentage one because it's I don't know. What I mean by, like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but hey man, it's been 29 years since our last championship. I love all the players. I love like all the players that's on this team. I love the team, the city of Houston even more though. We want a championship. So long as we're not pursuing it illegally, we got to get a championship. We got to. We got to. Every day is not promised. And what's gonna happen is trade for Giannis or trade for any other superstar that can help win this team get a championship. It's gonna come down to what's the word I'm looking for. You're gonna have to give up more than just the draft picks. You're gonna have to give up some of these players. Cause let's say if you were to get Giannis without trading any of the players you like or love, then how are you gonna balance the minutes? So it's inevitable. You look at the you look at that Lakers core when they had you had LeBron and you had Lonzo, Was Josh Hart on that team? I don't know. Had LeBron James, Lonzo Ball. Man, I can't even remember if Julius Randle was on that team or who else was on that team. They had some young players. They had Brandon Ingram. Okay, Brandon Ingram, he's an All Star, isn't he? I think he's All Star. Yeah. So they traded Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball for Anthony Davis and some other players and draft picks for Anthony Davis. They won a championship with Anthony Davis. Yeah, it was in the bubble, but hey, as long as AD is healthy, they are contenders. As long as they're not facing Nikola Jokic, all right. But think about that, man. I mean, that's big time. I know LeBron is still great. Well, I don't think LeBron is great right now. I mean, what he's doing at his age, that's great, but he's good. Like if you think LeBron James is great right now, go back and look at LeBron James 7 years ago. That's great LeBron James. This right here, this iteration, this is not the great LeBron James. But you see what that's done for the Lakers. Hey, you bring Giannis over here. This team here is a media contender. Just don't know who all you're gonna keep. The players that you want to keep, you're not gonna be able to keep. Think about it if you're Milwaukee. I mean, if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I'm gonna want Jalen Green. I'm gonna want Shingun. I'm gonna want Tyree Eason, and throw in who else? Jabari Smith Jr. or Amin Thompson. You're gonna give up three of those, you know, or I'm gonna want Cam Whitmore. Now, I do believe that with the Rockets, I do think that the players that they'll end up keeping if they get Giannis, they're gonna keep Fred Van Fleet because why are you gonna give up your only All Star? And he's also a guy who he has championship experience. I mean, Giannis is gonna want to play with him. Fred Van Fleet can play without the ball. He has no problem sharing the ball. He's the reason why the Rockets don't turn the ball over as much. So you're going to want to keep him very, very battle tested. You're going to keep Dylan Brooks battle tested. You are going to keep him battle tested. All right. Strong defender. Put him with Giannis along with Fred Van Fleet. And who knows who else we may get back from the Bucks. But yeah, you need him on there. Um, you keep Steven Adams. Okay, adds with that physicality with the team. You're gonna keep him. Who else? You're gonna keep Jeff Green, veteran presence. Now, if they trade away Jalen Green, I do believe we do keep Cam Whitmore. I'm not saying Cam Whitmore can is the same as Jalen Green, but dude can score in bunches. He may be a six man coming off the bench or something like that. Um, with Amin Thompson being, excuse me, with Shingun being able to shoot the three better, I do think you keep him. I do think you can keep him. I do. Um, but if I'm Milwaukee, I'm gonna want him. But they're probably gonna get Jalen Green. They're probably gonna get Jabari Smith Jr. And we got some draft picks and all that. They're probably gonna get them. They might get Reed Shepard. Might get Reed Shepard. Who knows? But if Jalen Green is gone, Reed Shepard's going to get more minutes and playing time. Very, very tough nosed player. But I mean, man, I would love to see the dynamic of Giannis and Jalen Green, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you the Bucks, how could you not want Tyree Eason? You know? And what we got to look at as fans, if they kept all these guys, well, the Rockets, the championship window, it's gonna have to be, this year and next year. Because how you gonna pay out these guys each year? These are first round picks, So, but it's man, now if they could win a championship with this young squad, this is gonna remind me of probably like the basketball version of like the Legion of Boom, where it was a young and hungry squad and they won at a young age. You know, of course, contracts and stuff, contract extensions, you couldn't afford them all, but they won at a young age, You had Beast Mode, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, and all those guys. So, uh, yeah, Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill. But it's gonna be something, y'all. It's gonna be something, because this Rockets, they 10-4, 10-4. I remember when the Rockets were when the Rockets first got Harden, they made the playoffs, and then they was able to acquire Dwight Howard in free agency. Dwight Howard was like, man, I like how this squad was playing. Now the thing about it is that, hey, Giannis, you're gonna be getting a 30-year-old Giannis. I don't want them getting Giannis when he's 34. If he's already on the team and we got Giannis on the team and he's 30, and then eventually we have him while he's 34, I'm cool with that. But yeah, we don't need to be waiting till he's 33, 34 years old to get him. But man, I can see it happening. And the thing about it, when you get a player like Giannis, other players going to want to play with him. And then with a coach like Ime Udoka. So, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, people. But right now, we're 10-4. Locked and loaded. Locked and loaded. I mean, can this Rockets team win a championship with this? It could happen. It's possible. It's possible. I would love to see it happen. That would be big time, man. That even if they won a championship with this squad, you're not going to be able to keep everybody for a long time. And it's like, hey, you could still go get Giannis. But hey man, I'm focused. But right now, I'm gonna focus on the players that's here. Got no time to be trying to focus on who's gonna get traded. And hopefully, these young players, everybody on the team, they just go out there, they focus on winning. All right, because that's the standard. That's the standard. Ime Udoka, everybody, the Houston Rockets, hey, all the fans, we won a championship. Hey, our Houston Astros, they won championships. You had young players, Okay, now you did go get some star players and stuff. You did go attain some stars and stuff, but hey, that's the game. That's the name of the game, man. That's the name of the game. So if James Harden could get traded, if Hakeem Olajuwon could get traded, Steve Francis, Tracy McGrady, if all those guys can get traded, then that means anybody on this Rockets team can get traded. Nobody's untouchable. So you have to understand that. You have to understand that. I mean, I'm about to be 42 years old, man. So I've seen a lot as far as the Rockets and basketball, period. Great players being traded. So those of you who are not young enough to remember those trades I mentioned, I'm going to tell you something. Like, you attach to these players, that's fine. You're going to get hurt. It's going to hurt your feelings. It is. But it's a difference when you're obtaining a superstar. Hopefully, like, we got some guys I think that could be, like, I think Jalen Green is going to be a star. He's a star. Shingun is a star. You know, they're not. He's not a five. They're not 5 stars. That doesn't mean they can't get there. Amin Thompson could get to 5 star. He could get there, especially what he does on the defensive end. But Giannis is a certified 5 star. So you're gonna need a 5 star, sometimes a couple 5 star players to win a championship. The goal is to win a championship, people. That's the goal. That's the goal. But we'll see. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, you like sports, you like movies. That means you like me. So hit that like and subscribe button. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace out.